Hi viewers, it's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to you all. Your presence makes us very happy. Before I start with the content of the lesson, the fun they had, it's my first and foremost duty to pay gratitude towards the viewer of our channel. We are overwhelmed by our viewers' response. We are thankful to all of you, the way you all stand by us, the way people have provided us their love, affection and care in the form of subscribing the channel, liking the channel, sharing the video with other viewers and writing their comment in comment box is something all are valuable for us. You all are the main source of motivation for all of us. So we would like to request to all of you to please provide us the same love and affection to all of us, so that's why we can continue the good work which we would like to continue as well. So that's whatever the the motive we have, we should achieve that. I hope you can understand my point. And we promise to all of you that we will never let you down. Our content will be effective for our learners, and that too in the simplest way. So viewers, let's start with the content. So we will start from where we have left it. So let's discuss the character sketch of this story. We'll start with Margie. Margie is 11-year-old protagonist, means the main character of the story, who is constantly asking questions and wanting to be around other people. Her recent poor performance in her fact-based and passive geography lesson made her sad. Margie seems to crave for an education that is interactive, engaging, involved with other people, but this vision is incompatible with her computerized and individualized mode of education. I hope you people are getting my point. In particular, she belongs or she wanted to be around other children of her age. Hence, her constantly hanging around Tommy and dreaming of how fun it would have been to attend school with whole neighborhood of children. Right? But instead, she is forced to sit alone in the schoolroom in her house only. Day after day, watching a computer, it's like a boring to her. So, Margie is also a highly imaginative child, as evidenced by her ability to picture historical scene from Tommy's old book and to create a scene where Tommy's old book display the old education system centuries ago. Right? Margie loses herself in her imaginations, envisioning what it would be like to a student hundreds of years ago and dreaming of the fun they had. Now let's move to the next character, Tommy. Tommy is Margie's friend. He is 13-year-old boy. An extremely old book in his attic has been found by him. Attic is the space just under the roof. Completely wrinkled, yellowing pages. This was the condition of the book. Tommy shared the book with Margie and helped her to understand how the school of the past functioned. Right? So he was there to explain the function of the school centuries ago. Tommy finds Margie's extremely enthusiasm and constant questioning annoying and naive. Naive means without enough experience of life and too ready to believe. This was the condition of Margie. Her frequently condensed means to behave towards somebody in a way that shows that you think you are better, right? To her, sometimes going too far as laughing in her and calling her stupid for not knowing as much as he, means Tommy, does about the world. He is also arrogant in nature. When Margie remarks that a human man could not possibly be a teacher and know as much as their mechanical teachers, Tommy haughtily, means arrogantly, declares that his father knows almost as much as, right? So this was the condition of Tommy. As he is 2 years older than Margie, he also tries to act nonchalant, means not feeling or showing interest or excitement about something, right, in front of Margie. The reason was that he was 2 years older than Margie. Like non-committally, which means that not showing exactly that what your opinion is. Maybe when asked if they can read together after school, right? Which is a sharp contrast from Margie's unbridled, means not controlled and therefore extremely curiosity and enthusiasm. This was the Margie's character. So when you compare the two characters, you will come to know that Margie, she is naive, a girl who is not so much experienced. Tommy, who is 2 years older than Margie, he too is not experienced, but he is showing the way of maturity. Somehow, by knowing about his character, we can conclude that he is arrogant also. Right, moving to the next part of the character, that is County Inspector. Right, the County Inspector is a mechanic who focuses magic it's not a magic, it's a technical thing. So who mainly focuses on Margie's mechanical teacher, and when the lessons are too difficult to her, he is there to ensure that the speed of the lesson can be slower down. Right. So he was there to take care of all those things. He is described as a round little man with a red face and whole box of tools with dials and wires. Although the character sketch has been done in such a way that he is just a repairman, and he has a level of empathy and understanding the situation that the mechanical teacher does not, and actually seems to be exactly what Margie needs in an educator. Had it been a human teacher must have done something to adjust the speed, or to find out the way to make Margie to understand. So this was the case he was knowing about it. He understands that the lesson is too difficult for Margie and adjusts it according to the appropriate level, making sure to still encourage Margie so that she does not feel like a failure. So it's important work of a mentor. So he was not just like a repairing man. He was there to assure Margie that no worry, it's not your fault. We can do something for you. To crave your way of learning, to encourage you in that field. He also has an emotional warmth that Margie's computerized teacher lacks. It's also an important point. While the mechanical teacher, which is a large and a black ugly screen, right, just bombard Margie with test after test, the county inspector smiles pleasantly. He was knowing the root cause of it, and hence he was smiling. Pats Margie on the head and communicate with both Margie and her mother about Margie's work in the classroom. Right. Besides showing the drawbacks of technology or its technological process on a social and emotional level, the role of county inspector was not only like a mentor or a repairman, but the role of the county inspector is most important in a sense that he was there to assure and he was knowing the exact root cause analysis of the Margie's failure. So an important observation has been made that even if in a technological world the computer will carry most of the responsibility, but remember that too will be controlled by human brain only and human skills. That's what, and that is the reason why county inspector as a character for me is the most important character in this story. Let's move to another character who is Mrs. John. Right? Mrs. John is Margie's mother. She expects Margie to succeed in her education and is disappointed when Margie has difficulties with her geography lesson. From the snowball look on her face, it seems that Mrs. John sees calling the county inspector to reprogram the mechanical teacher as the mark of Margie's failure as a student has been observed by Mrs. John. Right? So a mother has a sense, or you can say extra caring nature, especially the one who can understand the study part of the life. So she cares a lot, and that is why she has decided to call county inspector to look into the case. So Mrs. John strongly believes in the mechanical teacher's ability to teach each child individually and keeps Margie to a strict school schedule. But on the other side, Mrs. John was quite, reliable, or she was quite believing the fact that this mechanical teacher has more ability than the ancient teacher, which were, prevailing in the previous education system. Right? So the inspector was knowing all this situation, and the moment he arrived at the address given by Mrs. John, he passed a smile. After he finished his job, that is to slow down the speed of the mechanical teacher, he once again gave an assurance smile to Mrs. John and gave a pat on the head of Margie that do not worry, it was not your fault. It was the fault of your mechanical teacher. A mechanical teacher find it very difficult to adjust the speed by understanding the learning curve of student. Right? So it's most important point, and why Mrs. John has to believe that the mechanical teacher is not as good as the teacher prevailing in the past. So we have to understand the importance of lesson and why the title has been given the fun they had, because from Margie point of view, the exact education system was prevailing in the past, where there were a facility to interact with the same age group of children, and there was a human teacher who can understand the emotion of a student and who had the capacity or the capability to find out the new ways to assure that his or her learners should understand the lesson in the best possible way. This is all about the fun they had. Hope you all have enjoyed, and I'm sure that I will get the same kind of love, affection and care as you people have provided us in the previous video. This will definitely help us to grow in a bigger sense, to get the motivation and to complete the goal for which we have created the channel. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.